I welcome you all for the last plenary session of 5 days online training program on smart farming, application of artificial intelligence, robotics, IoT, and cloud computing. Now, I would like to invite Dr. R.S. Pundil, the Principal and Dean of IABMI College and Principal Investigator of NAHIB CAS project for the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shraddha. First of all, in these 5 days, very important training programs on smart farming, application of artificial intelligence, robotics, IoT, and cloud computing. First of all, I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Kathira sir. Sir, we know very well about your schedule and others also, but we requested you and you are here very much always in these programs. So we welcome you, sir, in this plenary session, sir. So for your observations and others, your guidance. And now I also welcome our chief guest in this today's plenary session of 5 days training program, Shri Nikhil Shah Saab, founder and director, Client System Private Limited, Ahmedabad. Welcome you, sir. Sir, this program is very, very important for all of us. We are doing some work in this direction, and we are also having mainly for you because most of our participants know very well about NAHIB CAS projects, but you are joining us first time. You will be knowing something just brief about you. These projects came 2.5 years back, and apart from many other activities, those two major activities are there. One, conducting research in the broad area of trade, that is global intelligence, marketing, and farm producers organizations, price forecast, demand and supply in broad area of agriculture and allied sectors, and doing very well. The second component is capacity building programs, and this today's 5 days programs plenary session is one of the very, very important part of this capacity building program, sir. So you are here very much, sir, and we welcome you, and we are very keen to listen your observations on this our 5 days training programs, and observation which will be read by our organizing secretary, Dr. Preeti Kumari. I'm sure that your comments on them will help us to understand more deeply this subject and also use these things for our students and faculty members for improving the quality of research and teaching both. Welcome you, sir. I also welcome our Principal and Dean, Dr. Anai Shah Saab, Principal and Dean of Horticulture College, and sir, he'll be joining. And also I welcome our Director IT and CCPI of this group of NAHIB CAS, Dr. Dhawal Kathira Saab. So this program is being conducted, or now today it is in the plenary mode. So under this group of IT of NAHIB CAS, and Dr. Dhawal Kathira is co-PI of this program, sir. Welcome you, sir. And I also welcome my other colleagues, Dr. Preeti Kumari, who is the organizing secretary, very dynamic, sir, very intelligent, always doing work, even when we discuss everything in a very technical and professional manner. And also our joint co-convener, Dr. Lad also. And I also welcome all the participants who have been with us, though there has been variation from maybe the session to session, as it happens in any programs which is in hybrid mode. So I also welcome all those who are joining us, who have already joined, sir, and also others, those staff members who have been associated with this program for the last 5 days, mainly from HR groups and IT groups. So with these things, on 2-3 important points, and mainly to sir, that this program was taken up. Not only this first one, we also have done some programs in this direction, but this today's 5 days programs is very important because now this is the most sought after area in agriculture. And we are having one very important projects with ISRO Ahmedabad also, and we are addressing this issue by conducting the research using the satellite data and artificial intelligence and machine learning with ISRO. And we are sure that shortly within the next 3 to 4 months, we will be able to develop some models and use these techniques, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So this is a brief about this project, sir, though a number of activities are going on. So once again, I welcome all the dignitaries and the participants. Over to you, Shraddha. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the welcome address. Now I would like to invite Dr. Preeti Kumari, the Organizing Secretary and Co-PI of NAHIB CAS project, Anand Agricultural University, Anand, to tell us about the observations from the training program. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Shraddha. So as far as my observation before saying the summarizing the 5 days event, I would like to say Pundeep sir and our Honorable Vice Chancellor also that people are actually wanting some more days training program related to artificial intelligence and IoT devices. So it is from our side that we will come up with some training. If you want to deep inside in the engineering part or technicality part, we will come up with such kind of trainings in future also. So please let me summarize the observation of this 5 days training program. So I won't take much time. First of all, the session was started with inaugural session where Dr. Aris Pundi, Principal and Dean, IABMI, Principal Investigator, NAHEB CAST, presented the welcome address and gave a brief introduction about the objective of World Bank funded NAHEB CAST project. Following this, Dr. N.I. Shah, Principal and Dean, COH, College of Horticulture, Anand Agricultural University, gave a brief description of smart farming, vertical farming, weather forecasting, mainly used for the horticulture area. And then the chief guest and keynote speaker of this online training program, Dr. S.M. Nalawade, who is head of the Department of Farm Machinery and Power, MPKV Rauri, threw light on application of new technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, IoTs, and in which he mentioned analysis of data collected by IoT devices and also services provided by the robots. He demonstrated one fully robot and also a drone and robotics research laboratory, which was developed in MPKV Rauri. And at the last, he threw light on the future market trends of these robotics. Afterwards, Dr. M.K. Zala, Director of Research, Dean PG Studies, Anand Agriculture University, highlighted the importance of these new technologies in agriculture and encouraged the faculties and students to implement these technology in their research and also describe its importance to the farmer. And the second keynote speaker of the first technical session was Dr. Prabhat Kumar, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, NIT Patna, gave his views on application of sensor in smart farming, where he mentioned sensor objectives, sensor node components, and also describe a few agriculture specific sensor like optical, electromagnetic soil sensor, mechanical sensor, and also how they can be used and function in farm or field. Then the next technical session, which was on 28th Feb, again, it was taken by Dr. Prabhat Kumar, and he shared his views on Internet of Things for automation in farming. He gave an overview of IoT ecosystem and few IoT applications in the agriculture domain like hydroponics, livestock monitoring, and fish farming. And he also explained about the data analytics of some smart agriculture, in which he covered how to collect the data, standardization, cleaning, and analyzing those data sets. So at the end, he elaborated how IoT help farmers to with finding the best market and selling their products directly to the consumer and farmer customer interaction using proposed framework. Next technical session 3, which was on 1st March, taken by Mr. Nikhil Shah, our chief guest, who is founder and director of Silius Private Limited System, Ahmedabad, shared his views on global share of enterprise IoT projects. Afterwards, he explained IoT key building blocks, structure of IoT, and some application of IoT like farming and some supply chain management and water and waste management system. And at the end of the session, he talked about some basic of cloud computing also. Next, Mr. Kishan in the same session, who is IoT domain expert of the Silius System Private Limited, Ahmedabad, talked about the concept of precision agriculture and applicability of IoT and cloud computing in the agriculture. He also covered a few simple IoT-based devices and Microsoft Vision for agriculture with challenges as well as some solutions. Then the second second speaker of that same day's technical session was Dr. Sharad Chandra, who is founder and director of Josh AI Solution, Pune-based or Maharashtra-based company, shared his views on fundamentals and developments and challenges of smart system in weed management, where he explained the farmer challenges and the impact of weed in farming. And then he talked about the intelligent weed management system, and also about how about weed management by using robots, and then how weed can be removed by using robots. And at last, he discussed about artificial intelligence and why to use robot for weed management by explaining the benefits of these robots. Next technical session, which was on 1st March, taken by Dr. S.D. Gorantiwar, Head of the Department of Agriculture Engineering, MPKV Rauri, expressed his views on IoT-based smart monitoring system. He started his presentation with some basics of smart farming system, precision agriculture, and also the concept of digital agriculture with example of digital initiative taken by him. Then he described why and how IoT works by explaining its major component like sensor, connectivity, data processing, user interface, and activation devices. And at the end of the session, he talked about some benefit of some monitoring system by giving example of mobile-based application like full irrigation, and also some IoT devices like trench water level recorder, hydraulic conductivity meter. He concluded his lecture by explaining the process of development of advisory services. Then the further technical session, which was taken by Mr. Nikhil Shah, founder and director of Salient System. He shared his view on foundation of artificial intelligence. He threw light on AI and its uses in agriculture, education, defense, as well as hospitality. After that, he briefed about the history of artificial intelligence, phases of industrial revolution, and also about RPA-enabled process automation. At the last, he concluded this topic by giving a key message that people need to upgrade themselves to handle the job, which is less repetitive in nature. Then afternoon again, the session was taken by Mr. Nikhil on the topic use cases of AI with hands-on demo, where he discussed about the data analytics and data visualization, benefits of business intelligence, and also some business intelligence tool like Oracle and FactSet, etc. He also explained some basics of AI, machine learning, and deep learning, in which he suggests that when machine learning is not able to predict, then deep learning is best solution. And at last, he demonstrated some model prediction through agriculture parameter like temperature, precipitation, total crop production, fertilizer, etc. on the Jupyter notebook. Then the technical session 6 was taken by Mr. Ugo Shuku Godson, who is founder of Ugovation Limited, private limited company.
Ma'am, unmute yourself, ma'am.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, there was some internet issue from my side. Let me complete it first. Then the technical session 7 was taken by Dr. Ashutosh Mishra, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science Engineering, Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patiala, shared his views on robotics and application.
Okay, moving on. Now I would like to. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. You have rightly highlighted the key points of all the sessions. Now I would like to invite the Principal and Dean of College of Horticulture, Dr. Anai Shah, sir, for the address. Over to you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to everybody. Dr. Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. T.B. Tatheria, sir. Our guest, Mr. Nikhil Shah, founder and director, Sealant System Private Limited, Ahmedabad. Dr. Puneet, Principal and Dean, IABMI, and other resource persons and different participants. Today, 5-day virtual training program on smart farming are near to be completed, and as per the information shared by the Preeti, different aspects related AI, robotics, and IT was shared by the resource persons, and whatever the information shared that may be useful for the future development of the research and other activity, particularly at present due to the change in the climate in the agriculture at various level, difficulty we are facing, particularly for pest and disease occurrence. At that time, utilizations of AI and weather forecasting, timely weather forecasting may be useful for smart farming and proper pest and disease cultivation. Simultaneously, at present under the horticulture, high-tech horticulture or hydroponics or protected culture, different 5 to 6 factor we are controlling by the different sensor. That is temperature, humidity, CO2, O2, and water. Simultaneously now, by utilization of the sensor, micronutrient and nutrient, pH and EC, also we can...
Sir, please
hello?
Start your video.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So simultaneously, the utilizations of the different sensor in the different part of the new technology, particularly protected cultivations, may be useful. And at present, under the hydroponics cultivations, these are the most essential part. And nowadays, in urban area, also farmers are want to cultivate their as a household, and vertical cultivation is also started. In that case is also smart farming and particularly utilizations of different sensor may be too much benefited. Similarly, in drone technology, at present, Government of India and Government of Gujarat also gave more emphasis on the drone technology. By utilizing the drone technology, forecasting and spraying of the insecticide, pesticide, or any other thing that can be utilized is very useful for the smart farming and increasing the productivity of the different product. So whatever the different topics shared by the different resource persons may useful to the different researchers, and simultaneously the PG student who may got new knowledge, and on the basis of that knowledge they may go for entrepreneurship development on the basis of it part may be useful by this 5-day training program. So at last, I hope that all this may useful for the further development. Simultaneously, it can develop and increase the productivity of the different agriculture and horticulture crop. Thank you, Priti.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Anai Shah, sir. Now, I would like to invite the chief guest of this plenary session, Mr. Nikhil Shah, who is the founder and director of Cillian System Private Limited, Ahmedabad, for the address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Shraddha. Good afternoon to all. Thank you for inviting us to be part of your closing plenary session. I would like to start with congratulating Anand Agriculture University, particularly Dr. Preeti, Mr. Lal, Vice Chancellor Katharia sir, R.S. Punde sir. I think this is what I like to highlight from industry perspective. I think this is an excellent initiative. I do work with a number of academic organizations as well as a lot of corporate companies across the world. But putting such program coming from agriculture university where leveraging these latest technologies, the advantage for the future of agriculture and horticulture, I think is an excellent program. The topics that have been highlighted are all pretty good. Dr. Preeti has been in touch with us for a while and been very carefully crafted all the topics. So I'd like to congratulate to her and the team to put up this great program. Regarding some of the observations, at least I have taken a couple of sessions and was trying to understand the audience, because as I understand there are audience from not only from Anand University, but a lot of other universities even outside India as well. So looking at the quality of questions that I received during those sessions, I think it shows that the immense amount of interest in the IoT field, in machine learning, artificial intelligence, data visualization. So as I was trying to cover in some of my sessions, that a lot of data is there. Like a lot of data is available on the agriculture field, on the crop, fertilizers, pesticide, rain, temperature, all that effect. But unless we apply the true data science applicability on it, we won't be able to derive some excellent observations. Because I've seen a lot of reports generated over a period of years, but at some point those reports just remain in the books. They are not interactive. I think I would like to see more dynamic interaction with the data that we have. Because once you play around with the data and, as I said in some of my sessions, that data is a future oil, and the machine learning, artificial intelligence is a way to extract the value out of the data, right? So to make actionable decisions out of the data, we need to rely on data visualization techniques like Power BI, Tableau. There are many other tools, and obviously applicability of Python and R language for machine learning problems. I think that should give us immense insight. I was looking at Anand University website just while I was researching for these topics, and I'd like to congratulate to the management that you have been introducing this multidisciplinary program with DICCT for this data analytics program, where such collaboration, I'm sure, would give a lot of value to the aspiring students who explore this field. At some point, I would like to say that those who wants to explore the computer science and programming, then is excellent opportunities. But those who are not into it, but still there are a lot of tools are available which can still let you handle the data very smartly without even writing a single line of code. So those areas we would love to collaborate with the Anand University and see what additional inputs that we can offer in the future, because considering the strength that you have and the exposure to the problems that university has, to combining with the technology, I think would bring a lot of values. I also noticed that in last many years, your university has almost produced 100 plus mobile applications in Gujarati and other languages. I think that would be really, really helpful for the farmers to really leverage a couple of things. One of the examples that I like to highlight that a couple of years back, probably easily 10 years back, I was attending Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, and one of the application was being talked about, I believe, was Sabji Mandi related stuff, where connecting farmers with the local mandis so that they get the pricing in the local language, in local SMS. Right? So innovations like this can bring significant change in a farmer's life, where the lot of middlemen can be eliminated for wrong reasons. And I also just heard a few minutes back, one of the previous speaker mentioned about the collaboration with ISRO. I have myself has done satellite image processing work back in 92, 93 in ISRO. The innovations about drawing the contour lines and the depth of the field to put up the railway line. So a lot of innovations that ISRO have been doing. So using AI ML with satellite image processing, that's an excellent area, in my opinion, that can be explored further. But in general, we have about 7.5 billion people in the world. By 2050, I think the number, what I read in various books and research, is expected to go to 9.8 billion. Almost 10 billion people are going to be fed by 2050. So it's just next 30 years, is going to be eye-staggering. So universities like yours, I think, would have a very instrumental role of food safety, food sustainability, coexistence of livestock and the human life, and treat the animals with dignity, and make it sustainable for all of that. I think that would be really a topic of future interest. Crop rotation, under or over utilization of fertilizers, sustainability, hyper-local markets, the collaboration between farmers and the consumers. I think these are a lot of topics where IoT and machine learning, AI would be immensely helpful, right? So industrial people like us, who, if you can expose to real world problem that you guys are facing, I think there's a lot of collaborative work can be done. At the end, I would like to, just highlight there are a few topics could potentially university can consider in the future program and, collaborations is blockchain, right? Blockchain is the topic which we have worked on a couple of programs with some of our clients. I think in supply chain is a huge applicability, particularly for the perishable items or organic foods, and in general as agriculture supply chain. I think blockchain would be hugely applicable. So even starting to make awareness about benefits of this technology for sustainable and cost-effective solutions for agriculture, I think is a great area. Other area which would be, digital agriculture. So almost based on my reading a couple of weeks back, about 570 million farmers are there in the world. So connecting those farmers in a digital platform and leveraging the best practices from Israel or Japan to India or vice versa, right? So those areas, I think, if university like yours can, participate and take a lead in digital agriculture as a world, I think that's a great area. Basically, the platform is where all the farmers, 570 million farmers and almost 7.5 to 8 billion consumers, the world population, they're coming to a common exchange. That would be awesome area. And the last point, I would just myself personally, something close to my heart, and I'm interested to understand the pros and cons of plant-based meat. This is a topic being highly talked about in the industry right now. So I'd like to understand, is there any research or any further pros and cons about these topics can be looked at, because this is one of the hottest topic in the world and many startups are emerging. So there could be pros and cons about this kind of initiatives where, the meat equivalent stuff can be grown on the plants. So again, a lot of research and innovations. I think that's possible in that area. So in and all, in a summary, I would say that great programs, great coordination. We were glad to be part of this, and would love to see future collaborations develop, and happy to participate. Once again, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Nikhil Shah, sir. Now, I would like to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.B. Kathiria, sir, for the presidential address.
Good afternoon to everyone. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So at the end of these 5 days workshop, particularly Mr. Nikhil Shah, he has given a very good contribution and a very good information at the end, and before that also he has shared his ideas and other things. So particularly I am thankful to you, because here interdisciplinary, or we can say inter-institute, that kind of cooperation is needed, because you have your own strength, we have another side strength, so that if we can mix it, then it will helpful to the farmers at the end. So thank you very much for. And another Mr. Nitin Shah, Dr. Pundir, Priti Kumari, Dr. Lad, and particularly this copy of this group is Dr. Dhaval Kathiria, who is taking a lot of interest for such kind of activities, and he has taken lead to have such kind of these workshops. So thanks to him also. And as Dr. Priti Kumari has narrated the 5 days program, and a lot of the lectures and other informations have been delivered by diverse experts, I can say, because it is a very difficult, what we can say, subject, what you have selected, because interdisciplinary, or the what we can say, different types of the scientists, those who have their own knowledge, so they have shared their experience, they have shared the information among the participants, and here also large number of participants, those who are joined. So thanks to them also, because without them it is not possible, what we can say, for the success of this kind of program. Under NAHEP program or project, we can say a lot of types of various activities we are conducting, but here this very important aspect they have selected, so that what is the need of this present day in agriculture. So various aspects we are deliberating or we are talking, but this artificial intelligence or smart farming. Smart farming is a very broad term, so it includes so many things, and as Sahasab also talked about all these things. So here artificial intelligence or robotic or so many things are there. And as Dr. Nitin Shah told that this drone technology and that kind of things are emerging very fast, I can say, because recently Gujarat government and central government has also provided some of the funds, or they have made provision of the funds to popularize such kind of technologies at a fast, what we can say, track, I can say. Why? Because these kind of things are needed very fast, because one side we are interested to increase the production and productivity, because Nikhil Shah told that yes, we have to feed this large population of the world, and whatever these estimates of population and one side, how much the food grain is increasing. So both the sides we have to match side by side, and we have to make the development accordingly. For that also, if we cannot utilize or we cannot do research of such kind of things, then I think it is very difficult to reach up to that level of our expectations of the food grains, particularly. Food grains is one side because here the nutrition security we are talking a lot, and food security, nutrition security. So for that also, we must have to feed the food which have very good nutrition. For that also, such kind of these artificial intelligence, or we can say this smart farming is most essential part, because here some of the examples I would like to quote here, because recently these nano fertilizers have been what we can say popularized by IFCO, and for that also we know very well that biotechnology, this nanotechnology field is emerging at a very fast rate. So under that area of research, particularly the nanoparticles or nano fertilizers, we can say we are producing, and it can be utilized as a fertilizer, or we can say it meets the requirements of the fertilizer by spraying or by application in the soil or by other ways. For that also, the drone technology is most essential, because 2 or 3 sprays are required in the field. At that time, the main problem is the labor, and not only labor, but when we are spraying through sprayers through what we can say manually or by labors, at that time the precision, or we can say the accuracy is not that much as in case of what we can say the digitally or the software based application is there through drone, I can say sensor based. So it is most important. Why? Because it equally and accurately, the spraying is done in wide areas, large areas, it covers within short period, and the cost of cultivation will be reduced by both the way. Otherwise, technology is available, but sometimes farmers are facing a lot of difficulties for the laborers. At that time, laborers are not available. Then, even though they cannot spray such kind of things in the field, so for that also, this technology is most useful. And now, yesterday also, Gujarat government has made a special provision, I can say. Whatever figures I read today, within 35 crores, they have made the provision only for the drone utilized in the agriculture field. So that is also most important, because they have separated this drone utilization of drone in agriculture, because drone has a lot of applications in various fields. But here, particularly in agriculture, they have separated it, and they have made a separate provision. In the climate changing era, whatever this smart farming is there. Smart farming, sometimes we are talking farming means what? It doesn't mean that whatever operations we are carrying in the field, it doesn't like this. But from sowing to what we can say, when the produce is utilized up to that level, whatever the technologies we are using, that also I can say this is smart farming, because at the initial stage, for the development of the varieties at that time also, lot of latest technologies, genome editing or gene editing, such kind of latest technologies, world-class technologies are now going to be used, because these technologies are not a GMO technology. Okay, so somewhere there is a lot of say you can cry for the GMO, but the latest technology like genome editing, if we can use, then test specific improvement can be done in the variety, and at the end, whatever variety is developed, it can be what we can say provide all these criteria, either for the yield, for the quality, for the nutrition, or such kind of things are at a time added in the variety, and if it were that kind of variety will be grown by the farmer, then definitely it will be what we can say useful to the even processors, not only process, but if common people, if they can utilize, then they can nourish by different types of nutrition. So there is simple example just I am putting here, but later on part also, suppose in a climatic changing era, the forecasting, I would like to give another example, because farmers before 5 years, if you can think at that time when there was forecasting for the rain, at that time nobody was believing, or what we can say, the probability of the forecasting the success was very, very, what we can say, bigger. But nowadays we are seeing that lot of these research have been carried out by ISRO and other that type of this institute, and we have made a lot of parameters we are considering at a time, so that the accuracy of the forecasting of any kind of this thing, either for the what we can say these rainfall or any other these wind velocity, even cold, any kind of these things is we are forecasting at that time. It is most required. Why? Because farmers are also needed that type of thing, because suppose foggy weather will be there for 3, 4, 5 days. At that time, some of the crops like cumin or coriander or some other crops, they will be severely affected by such kind of things. So what kind of measures should be taken by the farmers so that they can take the precaution? If they will not give irrigation during this period, then there is a little, what we can say, less infection of disease or damage by the disease due to the irrigation, plus this fog, which is also creating a lot of humidity in the field. So such kind of practical utilities are involved in all these kind of things, so that if we can make very good this forecasting and what we can say, it is a real sense, it is there. Then nowadays everybody is saying, I can say, even farmers are also saying that what is the forecasting. Sometimes they can what we can say, save their produce from the field, because after harvesting, if weather is clean, and they're thinking that yes, there is no any that much problem, so they will not what we can say, store in time. But all of a sudden there is some changes is there in environment, and what we can say, some cyclone or immediate some rain will come within a few hours or few days. So they will, what we can say, store their produce. Otherwise, what will happen? All these what we can say, the last the produce which is in the field, it will be spoiled, and farmers will be, what we can say, they have great loss. So in in that way, lot of these technology are there. Even Dr. Nitin Shah has also talked about these protected vertical farming, protected farming, where since long back, even Israel and other countries, before 25, 30 years, they have initiated that kind of things, and now it has been spread across the globe. So that technology is also directly related to that. Another important technology is the irrigation also. Suppose here in our Indian condition, very small fields are there or farms are there, but where large acreage farms are there in some of the countries like Canada, US, or other these Australia. So how they are managing for fertigation or for irrigation. So really it is fantastic, because nobody is there. Suppose 1,000 acre land is there, but nobody is there. Why? Because there is no need. Only the moisture based, the soil moisture based sensors are available across the field, and the sensors will give the signals to the mounted these sprinklers, and the sprinkler will start to give the irrigation across the whole field. And within 1-2 days, the whole area is irrigated in a very good manner. And uniformly, they will give the irrigation. Otherwise, we know very well that in what we can say, our flood irrigation, we know very well that what are the difficulties and how much this water is wasted, or what we can say, over irrigation is there. And due to that also, a lot of problems we are facing, because when over irrigation is there, at that time disease and pest problems will be there. Definitely, it will also create another these issues for the control of the pest and disease. So these type of a lot of issues are there. And if we can, what we can say, in coming years, if we can utilize these smart farming and related issues in what we can say proper manner, then I think it will be benefited to the farmers for reducing their cost of cultivation. Because nowadays this is the most important factor, because we don't want we are not only talking about the production and productivity, but here how we can reduce the cost of cultivation or inputs cost, how we can reduce. That is also a most important part. The last thing I would like to tell is that nowadays everybody talking, and our government, the central government, state government, and we are also thinking to promote and popularize the natural farming. So for that also, how all these technologies will be helpful. For that also, we must have to separately work, so that this new farming system will be propagated and what we can say popularized among the farmers. So for that also, we must have to think and how all these smart farming the tools will be used for natural farming is also a most important part, and we must have to think, and for that also we must have to formulate new technical programs. We will have to develop the new technologies so that we can help to the farmers. So again, I congratulate to Dr. Pundir and whole team, Dr. Dhaval Kathiria, for nicely arranging the 5 days workshop or training, we can say. And all the participants, those who have gained some knowledge, I request that wherever you are, you just multiply it among your student friends, your teachers, so that our efforts will be fruitful. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.V. Kathiria, sir, for the address and for the remarks. Now, I would like to invite Dr. D.R. Kathiria, sir, who is Unit Head and Dean of the College of AIT, Anand Agricultural University, and CCPI of Nahibkas project, for the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shraddha. On this plenary session of this 5 days training program, first of all, I am very much thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.V. Kathiria, sir, to spare his precious time for this plenary event, because we have planning to have him in inaugural session along with our DR, sir, but is preoccupied meetings with both of them, so they could not join us. But I requested him to remain present and give his blessings in this plenary session and give his views on technological innovation for the farming. So I very much thankful to him, Dr. Kathiria, sir. Along with I thankful to you, sir, Nikhil Shah, sir, that we are very much delighted to have IT company, IoT-based company, to have its intervention in agriculture field. So gradually, all the IoT-based companies or all the we can say IT companies are gradually looking towards the agriculture field in the interest of country, in the interest of farmers. And I request, sir, that you please visit our university. We have also running a unique course naming BTech Agriculture and Information Technology. in which student has getting BTech degree, 4-year BTech degree with the blend of IT and agriculture and allied sciences expertise. So in that also your expertise will be benefited to our course too, and our students too. So please, we will invite you, sir, for the same, and we will have your expertise also. And apart from that, I'm thankful to Dr. Pundit, who has sanctioned this training program and allow us to organize the same. Right from the day one, the experts like Dr. S.M. Nalwade, Goravantekar, Dr. Goravantekar, Prabhat Kumar, day two, Mr. Kishan from Sian System, Ahmedabad, Sarat Chandra sir, Dr. Prabhat Kumar, again day three, Nikhil Shah sir has given his expertise lecture sessions to our trainees. And day four, Dr. Ashutosh Mishra, Dr. R.B. Mishra, and in the last, Mr. Dhruv Rana. So I hope all the participants got immense knowledge and in these emerging areas, because Shah sir, we have expertise in agriculture field, and we are gradually moving towards the technology innovation. Suppose you have mentioned that we have developed more than 100 mobile apps for the farmers, that we are the first one in the India, all India, to develop the mobile such application for the farmers in regional language at that time. So gradually we are coming towards the technology field, and we are competing with the other technological university in this, particularly in this area. As you know, this is the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So we have the data, but some sort of industry focus should be there for the agriculture field. So now the companies and the visionary entrepreneurs like you are coming towards the agriculture field, and definitely we will achieve many more, as Gujarat is always ahead in this country to lead any kind of innovation. So with the help of entrepreneurs like you, we will and visionary leaders like our VC sir. So we will definitely go further in this area. This, I can say, this is the training program is the beginning. So it will not end this 5 days, but we will have a more journey with the industries in this field also. So I thankful, not last but not the least, Ms. Preeti Kumari. So she has taken all the pain to organize this training program and invite the experts and collaborating with the companies. So I very much thankful to her also, and thankful to all the staff of NHAP, all the stakeholders of this program, who has given his or her support to this wonderful program. So that's all. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. B.R. Kathiria, sir, for the vote of thanks. So, yeah, over to you, Preeti ma'am. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, thank you, everyone, even Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, for giving us opportunity every time and supporting us for conducting such kind of programs. First of all, I would like to thanks to you, and also I would like to thanks to Pundeep sir, who is always encouraging us to conduct and come up with such kind of programs, and the huge support from Dhaval Kathiria sir for taking up such kind of steps like in Nahib Cast for initiating such kind of thing, and also chief guest Mr. Nikhil, you have taken so many sessions, and that was really appreciated by our audience, and we are actually seeing your association in future events also, and other events which is related to our university. And my joint organizing secretary Larson, who is always supporting and always encouraging to go ahead and meet the people and conduct these things like that. And especially the roots of this training program, Bhavik, Shraddha, and I think Smith and Ankur, they are devoting their even leave and their time to make this event successful. So thank you so much, each and everyone from my side. So thank you, sir. And dear participants, yes, sir.
Thank you, Preeti. There is one announcement just I want to make.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow there are two important lectures we are going to organize. That is one of the key speaker we can say in case of agriculture. Price estimation is there. Dr. Pradhiman Kumar is going to present two important topic, that is total factor product estimation and return on investment. He's going to talk about Indian perspective, as well as on the food and nutrition parts, security in India, the way forward. These two important lecture may helpful for the different researcher to carry out some research in the field of, you can say, the agriculture market intelligence, which play a vital role in the future. So all are requested to kindly present on 2 days, tomorrow, that is on 10 a.m. as well as at 3 a.m. And also thankful to all the, you can say, speaker. They have taken the good interest, and we can get very good, you can say, the feedback from the, you can say, our stakeholders. So we can say thank you so much, and thank you, Preeti, also to make the choosing the speaker in a right way. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for now. So dear participants, we are closing this 5 days training program, and thank you for being patient with us for all these 5 days and listening our lectures so patiently. And we will see your association again in future coming events of this Nahebcast Anand Agriculture University. So thank you for now, and good day to all.
I just want to say feedback link will be mailed to the registered ID. So kindly fill the feedback form. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.